Welcome into the Super Awesome Podcast. Today, we're doing another super awesome short. We are going to go over Red Dead Redemption 2. Lieutenant Brett here, joined by Captain Pete. Captain Pete, how we doing?
Yo, good. Yeah.
All right, great. So today, going over Red Dead 2. Fantastic game. Cade, you got or Captain, sorry, you got the numbers over the how much it went, how much it did.
Oh, this game blew everything out of the water. Second largest launch in history or whatever, $725 million. Over 61
Jeez.
million copies sold. That's probably that number is probably higher now than whenever this was written. Um Launched for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Uh October 26th, 2018 for PlayStation 4 and November 5th for 2019. Why was that two different? Oh, wait, no. Same October 26th, 2018 for PlayStation and Xbox One. And then later on Windows and Stadia that nobody has.
Yeah, Stadia. So, I mean, that's an incredible amount of money for a video game. That's
Yeah.
like, is it, what'd you say,
725 million is what this says.
$725 million.
Yeah, it's a
That's
shitload.
like up there with like the top grossing movies of all time, like Avatar, Titanic, etc., Jurassic
Yeah.
Park. But so I mean, every time Rockstar comes out with something, it knocks it out of the park.
Yeah, just about
Uh,
anyway.
so I guess we could start by going over the story of the game. I have a lot to say about the online portion of the game, but the story, first off, let's say the story is fantastic. Game
Well,
is
yeah, story's
awesome.
fantastic. Can I say it took them 8 years to develop this game? I didn't
Well, I
realize that
believe it.
they took that long to make it, but that's how you make good video games.
Yeah, I mean
Take your time.
that's why GTA 6 I'm sure will be awesome right
It's
out the
gonna
gate.
it's gonna be awesome, but I wish it didn't take 20 years to develop a video game.
Yeah, that's a little ridiculous. But so basically, story of Red Dead 2 is it takes place in 1899, and our main character Arthur Morgan's part of the Dutch Vanderlyn gang, and they fail a robbery and now need to fight against the law and many other rival gangs and travel across the country. So basically, they're trying to make enough money to retire and
Yeah,
just get out of it entirely, and that leads us to Tahiti.
yeah.
Dutch's grand plan, Tahiti, and one of my most hated parts of the story. Certain chapter that takes place in Tahiti. Not about it.
That's the only part of the game that I think isn't good. Is that whole Tahiti part?
Well, that and the mission, the fishing mission with the little boy.
Well, yeah, and that early on in the game, the mission with fucking Jack. It's the most annoying mission of the whole game. It takes forever, and he's like just an annoying little kid. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like a lot of people would agree with me that that's a terrible mission, and it takes way too long.
Every game has those kind of missions that you hate, right?
Yeah.
Um,
I have a plan.
come on, come on, Dutch.
We're gonna keep going west until there's no more west. And then Tahiti, I guess.
You go
Wherever
far
that.
enough west, you might end up east.
You end up right back where you came from, I tell you what.
Okay, we're good. Uh, but yeah, anyway.
This is the third
Story.
third installment. This is the third Red Dead game, technically.
Yeah, so Red Dead 1, everybody knows. Not everybody knows about Red Dead Revolver, though.
Yeah.
And
And
I
this
don't
game is
blame
a
them.
prequel to Red Dead 1.
Yes, Red Dead Redemption 2 takes place before Red Dead 1, and both equally great games. I loved Red Dead 1 growing up and playing it on the 360, especially Undead Nightmare, which I really, really wish they would have included in Red Dead Redemption 2. Some point, they've teased it a couple times, I think, some usually around Halloween, but there's some references in Red Dead Redemption 2 to Undead Nightmare, but nonetheless, it's not in the game.
Yeah.
Did you play much of Red Dead 1?
No, I've never played the first Red Dead. I wish I had because of how badass this game is. Um and I really wish uh Rockstar would remaster that game so we could all like have a, Red Dead 2 quality version of the first Red Dead. That would be fucking badass. Um and they would make $1 billion doing it, you know what I mean?
Huh. I believe they're either working on a remaster or they already have a remastered.
They re-released it.
Is that
Um on PlayStation
Yeah,
5 and like Nintendo Switch or something, which is obviously just a cash grab. The funny
it's
thing
not
is,
a remake; it's a remaster.
yeah,
Okay.
uh, if you have the old Red Dead one for Xbox, it's backwards compatible, which
I
is
actually
not.
do have it.
You do? Well,
Yeah,
if
I
you
have
got,
it for 360 right up there.
well, you don't have a Xbox with a disc drive, do you?
I do. I have a
Uh,
360 right there.
oh, you just
I
have a
got it all.
you just have a 360. Okay, I was gonna say it's backwards compatible on Xbox and is not on PlayStation.
It's kind of dumb, but
Yeah,
yeah, I remember playing Red Dead Redemption 1 a lot as a well, whenever that came out.
I don't.
Uh Played a lot of Undead Nightmare online. And that was really fun. I just wish they had Undead Nightmare in this game. But back to the story of Red Dead Redemption 2. Fantastic story. All of the set pieces in this game are amazing. Specifically for me, I'm going to ask you what your favorite set piece is here in a moment. So, but let me go over mine first. So you got the Braithwaite's, is that their names? And
Yeah.
the other family, the rival family. So do you remember? I think it's either chapter 3 or chapter 4 when you're riding up to their mansion and you got all the trees
Oh yeah, that's
circling
badass.
the road. That is just like the perfect cinematic piece in a game. I think I just remember playing that for the first time, being in awe because that was so cool.
No, the wide shots in this game are awesome. They're ridiculous. It's like movie quality um visuals throughout the entire game. I mean, even if you're just dicking around riding your horse and hunting bears and shit. And that's another thing about the game. There's so much shit you can just do just dicking around. I want to go hunt a deer or whatever. You can just go do that.
You could
Uh
run some moonshine.
yeah, there's so much stuff you can do that has nothing to do with the story.
Yeah.
And there are Easter eggs all over the map. I read something that when they were designing like the world, they didn't take they took a lot of inspiration out of like real places, and
Oh yeah.
you see it throughout the game. There's so much secret hidden stuff. I guess it's not secret, just stuff you can discover and find out little fun things throughout the game. You
And
can
what
waste
Saint?
a what?
I said I was going to say Saint Denis is based off of New Orleans, right?
I think so.
So this whole map's in the
Saint
United
Dennis.
States. Yeah, Saint Denis, Saint Denis, whatever you fucking call it. But so this whole map of this game is basically just a loose reconstruction of the United States. Um, and yeah, it's rather large, and you can get lost in it, and it could take you forever to get from point A
Oh
of the map to point B of the map.
yeah, if you're just riding a horse along the trail, it takes quite some time to get from one place to another. But you can
But
fast travel on the whatever you call them. Fuck.
the fucking wagons.
Yeah, little carriage things.
Yeah, but even trekking to the fast travel can take some time because
Oh
they're
yeah.
they're just in the cities. They're not just like casually strewn about.
Yeah.
But I also appreciate the customization in this game, especially with the horse. I always had the big beefy horse.
Yeah, I like the big ass horses.
Uh,
I had a huge white one and his name was Mr. Horse.
so I was real big into Game of Thrones at the time when I named my horse. So my horse's name was Renala. Those of you who are familiar with Game of Thrones.
Nerd.
Uh, his big gray horse with a white hair and a braided tail.
Yeah. I think in this have you played there's other games where you ride horses and stuff like Ghost of Tsushima or whatever. And I know you're not but like focused on the horse, but in this game you can do so much like you can improve your horse, you know, his stamina, speed, you know, to a certain extent. There's different breeds of horses. I didn't know any horse breed names until I played this game.
And you can customize your saddle in so many different ways, and every little bit of it can be customized, which I
Yeah.
appreciate that as well. But
Every bit of your character can be customized. Your facial hair, your hair on your head, your clothes, every little thing you want to your guns, everything.
well, one thing you can't customize is getting a case of the tuberculosis.
That damn tuberculosis.
Oh, come on, Dutch.
It'll get you just about every time.
You hear us say that we're just mocking Arthur Morgan and over exaggerating it quite a bit. But
The voice acting is a little. It's not bad in this game, but Arthur Morgan's a little ridiculous at times.
he's a little rough around the edges, but he's a cowboy
Yeah,
or whatever
he's a
outlaw.
he's a criminal. Yeah, that's what he really is.
He's a bad guy, but also he's a good guy.
Yeah, bad guy. He'll kill people, but he still has morals.
Yeah, he sure does. And he takes good old John Marston under his wing, our main character from Red Dead Redemption 1. And also, just I'm going to jump over the end of the game real quick, but you get to play as John Marston in
Epilogue.
a epilogue after Red Dead Redemption 2 is completed, and it's a lot longer than I thought it was going to be, which was
Yeah,
pretty cool. I appreciated seeing his backstory leading up to Red Dead 1, but
yeah.
just wanted to go over that real quick. Phyllis, you have anything you want to say about the John Marston bit?
No, that part's fun. It's definitely not as fun as like the rest of the game. But like when they build the house and everything, I thought that was pretty cool.
No, but it's like an additional 5 hours or something like that.
Yeah,
At least
no,
I
it's
remember
it's
it being.
it's it's pretty long. Yeah, this game, that's another great thing about this game. It's long, it's real long. You can kill a ton of time playing Red Dead.
But so uh, if you're listening to this, spoiler alert, but I'm sure you know the ending of the game. Um, so it turns out that Micah is a bad guy, and he's working for the Pinkertons
Yeah,
this whole time.
Mike is a piece of shit.
You played the game more recently than I have, so I'm kind of blanking on the end of the game, but I know we get to Micah at the top of that snow hill, and he's in a little cabin with Dutch.
Yeah.
Or no, that's John Marston's ending to the game, isn't it?
No, that's Arthur Morgan.
Are
Or
you sure?
no, because what's his
No,
nuts
yeah,
gets Dutch kills him, right?
yeah. So Dutch and Micah are fighting on this rocky. Well, it depends on your ending, but
Yeah, that's the nuts
my
part.
ending
Yeah,
or our ending is that we fought him on a rocky mountain cliffside, I guess, whatever you want to call that.
yeah, you're up on a snow-covered mountain.
And then yeah, you just fight Micah, but Arthur is succumbing to his tuberculosis at this time.
Yeah,
So he's pretty much dead either way. But good old Dutch comes I think he just points a gun at him, right? And then he just decides not to shoot either one of them, just goes away. But he finds out that Micah was betraying him this whole time, at least in
yeah.
that moment.
That's another part about
Uh
this game is that the decisions you make throughout the game, you can have alternate endings and different kind of cutscenes. Like the cutscenes will alter whether or not you have high honor or low honor. So if you just go around killing people, your honor's going to be pretty low,
and
and it changes the outcome.
also the animal that you see changes as well. I saw a stag in my
Uh,
gameplay.
I can't remember. Like when you're
But
walking through the town and you're all fucked up on the tuberculosis and you're
well,
tripping.
you see the stag at the end of the game. If you have high
Mm.
honor, I don't know if it changes or not, but I had the deer slash stag, whatever.
No, I think that's what I saw. Well, I ended on high honor, so I have to had to have seen the same thing as you.
Yeah. But the ending of this game, pretty sad.
Oh yeah,
Good old Arthur Morgan. Depending on how you completed the game, I got the ending where, and you also got the ending where you're dying on the cliffside and you just watch the sun set in the background. And it was actually my background picture of my PlayStation for a while because I took a screenshot of it. I thought it was so cool.
yeah,
But sad ending to the game. But then that's when you take over as John Marston and you finish Micah off at the end.
yeah.
And I
That's
think
another thing about John Marston. His voice is pretty gravelly too. You know what I mean? He ain't as bad. He's not as deep as Arthur.
yeah, he ain't no Arthur Morgan.
But
But yeah, I mean, as far as the story goes, and the many games that I've played, similar to like Last of Us and stuff like that, I give the story a 10 out of 10. I
oh
was very much into this game, spent hundreds of hours into it. Just the story mode, probably 100 hours. You could really stretch out the hours in story mode.
Yeah, especially if you go do all the side missions and shit.
which I did.
Yeah, so did I. There was one that I didn't do. I forget why.
Did you do the vampire?
I don't know.
There's a
Fuck.
vampire in Saint Denis. To those of you who don't know,
I know there's like one I didn't do, but I can't remember which one it was. But
um,
I will say this game. Okay, this game came out in 2018 on PS4, and I will say visually, this game still beats the shit out of games that come out nowadays. Like brand new PS5 like games. Uh, this game is still better. Like it just looks better.
oh yeah, it still very much holds up.
Yeah,
It even looked like a PS5 game when it came out.
yeah. Well,
Um,
if you have the physical disc, it had the data disc and the play
oh yeah, it's one of
disc.
those games where it has
Yeah,
a disc just for downloads. You know that's a bad sign when you open up a game.
yeah.
Um, I
I'm gonna
mean, it's
fuck
a
my
good
hard
sign.
drive.
But I mean, I gave it a 10 out of 10 super awesomes. What would you rate your story experience with this game?
Absolutely a 10 out of 10. Super awesome. On the super awesome scale of super awesomeness, this game is a 10 out of 10. Visually 10 out of 10. Story 10 out of 10. Gameplay 10 out of 10. Fucking across the board.
It's
Like
very
I said,
smooth. Very
it's
smooth game.
fucking it's one of my favorite games ever.
It's got that GTA style of aiming down the sides where it's just a tiny little dot on the screen, which I always kind of found annoying, but I deal with it for these games.
You can
um,
you can go first person in this game too, right? I'm pretty sure.
um, I think they added it in later, I believe,
Okay.
but yes, you can. Um, let's get into the online portion of Red Dead Redemption 2.
Online.
So this is where a lot of people are disappointed with this game. It is a big hit and a miss. So
I mean,
basically nowadays you get online, pretty much people just do bounties and ride around and kill other players, and that's pretty
yeah.
much it.
Lots of trolls in the online world where
So
you're like, oh, I'm just walking along, and then some fucking asshole lassos you,
get
and
it
then hog,
together.
hog ties you, and you're just like, I was just minding my own business, and then
I'm just
some
trying to hunt this bear.
yeah, and then some dick will just kill you. We
Now,
had that happen when we played it the other day, right?
sure did. He just chased me around and killed me a bunch. But
Yeah, that dude was just hanging out. We're like, what the fuck is this guy doing? And then
there
I said we should kill him, and then he kills you, and then kills me.
yeah, so
Fuck.
you got the high level players that'll just fuck around with people like us. Um there is some cool stuff you can do online. You got the moonshining business you can run. You can customize your little camp. You can what else? There's hunting. You can find legendary animals, which are usually albino, right?
Yeah,
Uh
I haven't done any. I've only done bounties and shit. I haven't fucked with online that much.
so with the online hunting, there's legendary animals and they're like significantly bigger than what they normally are.
Yeah, I've seen
Specifically the alligator.
I've seen pictures of the fucking alligator. That's what I was gonna
Yeah. Yeah.
mention.
Alligator is massive. So those are fun. Um I just wish so that there is a story element to online, but it's rather short and you get a lot of money for it. I recommend doing that first to get yourself some money in Red Dead Online if you get to play it because shit is expensive in Red Dead
No,
Online.
Red Dead Online, money is hard to come by. Like you could do a pretty fucking difficult bounty and you get like $50. And you're like, what the fuck? And you look at the little catalog thing to get you're like, I need a different gun. And it's like $500 in online terms. And it's
so
like, Jesus Christ, I can't afford anything.
so bounties work on a star system. So if you complete it 1 star, then you get to do a 2 star version of it, 3 star, 4 star, 5 star. So if you do a 5 star and you do it pretty flawlessly, you do get a few $100s. So there
Okay.
is that, but it is pretty hard to do. Um, But as far as that stuff goes, I really, really wish they would incorporate more Wild West type stuff in it, like bank robberies and train robberies, something like that. So you got GTA 6 that has heist that you plan for and you do that. I wish they would do that for banks in this game. Uh, I just
That
don't
would be
know
cool.
why they wouldn't include something like that. It's like it goes hand in hand with Wild West. You think of that and you think of robberies and bank robbery, train heist.
Yeah.
They do have a bounty mission where you have to chase somebody down that's on a train. That's pretty cool, but it just doesn't hit the right spot for me. I just
Yeah,
really
we did.
wish,
I think we did that one. But yeah, it'd
yeah,
be cool to
Red Ben Clemson. That's that
Yeah,
guy's name.
it'd be cool to do a good old fashioned train heist
Yeah, so
or a stagecoach heist. That's what they're called, fucking stagecoach.
I do like how when online players are doing missions like that, you can't interrupt their missions and steal their shit and just get the money yourself. So that's
Hmm.
a cool element that they incorporated, but just again, just bank robberies, train heist, whatever. They really missed on that, and I really wish they would incorporate that in the future. But what else?
I don't know. Standoffs would be kind of cool. Is that not a thing?
Oh yeah, I was gonna say that earlier. I wish they would have like duels. Like I could meet up with you and we could get stand in the middle of town. This town ain't big enough for the two of us.
You're gonna have to get out.
Because
No,
they
that.
have duels online or in the story mode when you
Yeah,
try to track down the legendary gunslingers. So I
I
wish they
fucking
would
suck at those when it gets into the what do they call the
standoffs or
or this vision or whatever your where you
oh I know
slow
what
it
you're
down
talking
and
about.
you can
Yeah,
point where you want to
dead
shoot.
eye or
Yeah, you're
something. Is
dead
it?
eye. I suck at that so bad.
Yeah,
I'll
I
I'll
wasn't
get
very good
stuck
at
in
it
a
either.
loop. I get stuck in a loop where I keep dying and I have like you have to kill the guy
Yeah,
and I can't fucking manage to do it.
again, just the hit and the miss there. I really, or swing and a miss. I really wish they'd just had the train robberies, bank robberies, and they had duels or standoffs or something like that. They do have online multiplayer, like team deathmatch type stuff, but it's just not the same. I
Mm.
just really wish that in this game they keep like adding, they add certain things, but like they haven't added any new bounties really.
Yeah.
No new story missions. Just I don't know, just like if I get on there right now, it's just ride around your horse, look at the pretty scenery, and kill a few online players, maybe do a heist, or I mean a
That-
bounty. But even your
yeah.
bounties are timed. Like if you do a bounty, you can't do another one for like a half hour or an hour.
Yeah, that I don't understand that. I don't know why that's a thing.
It just prevents you from stacking money, I guess, in timely manner. But
But why? Like who cares?
I don't know. Just everything in this game is super expensive. You want to
Yeah.
buy a cool shotgun, it's like $500.
Yeah, that's one thing I did buy because the pump shotgun makes a big difference online
Oh
because
yeah,
it's fucking really powerful.
yeah,
Oh shit. But no.
we're good.
Online, I would not give it a 10 out of 10.
No, absolutely not.
I'd probably give it a 6 out of 10.
I think it has a lot of possibilities that it could be a 10 out of 10, but
Yeah.
as it stands now, I'd give it maybe a 5 or 6 out of 10. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Not very super awesome online play.
But the game itself, story and everything, incredible.
Now, if they added Undead Nightmare 2 to Red Dead Redemption 2, I'd be all about that. Because zombies in the Wild West, it worked in Red Dead 1 and it will work here.
Yeah, there's
It
no
would
way
have
it
been
wouldn't.
sweet.
There's no way it wouldn't work. I mean, they might add some shit like that in the future. I don't know. Yeah,
No,
that.
it's too late. They're not going to add some new crazy content like that 6, 7 years later. I wish they would,
Well, I
but
don't know. Like, why not though? You know how like even Last of Us 2 or whatever. We're like, are we ever gonna get multiplayer? And they're like, you might. And then they fucking tease you and tease you and tease you, and then you get blue balls real bad.
we sure do. Even after they announced they were working on a standalone multiplayer game for that, and then they pulled the rug from underneath us.
Yeah, it's fucking lame.
Bullshit. But overall experience, Red Dead Redemption 2 story, super awesome, 10 out of 10. Online play, 5, 6 out of 10. Not very super awesome, but overall, probably one of my top 10 favorite games. Uh, replayability is there. It's just a little bit daunting to go over the story again because
Yeah,
it takes so long. And you
yeah,
got parts like Haiti and
yeah.
come on, Dutch.
Come on, Dutch.
Come
Uh,
on, Dutch.
no, the Tahiti mission is that's the only part of the story that's just kind of stupid. They go to Tahiti and then they like wash up on the shore and then they fight like an entire fucking army.
I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah.
It's just don't even think about the Tahiti portion of this game. I don't even know if it is Tahiti or not. It's just it's some Caribbean island type thing situation. I don't know,
Yeah. Doesn't
but
make
it's
much
very
sense.
forgettable as I cannot remember it. Um,
Yeah.
but can we talk about how our horse dies at the end of the game?
Ugh, fuck, dude. That's if you can change horses as much as you want, but most of us stick with one horse. They're like, so you get the horse that you like the most, and then you develop it, you customize it, you love it.
You bond with it. You get it to level 3 bonding.
Yeah, you gotta clean your horse up. That's all right, girl. And then your horse fucking dies, and you're like, no.
Yes. Very sad. Very sad moment in the game.
Then you gotta go get some other fucking horse, and you're like, this horse.
And then you followed up with immediately Arthur Morgan dying.
Yeah, and then Arthur Morgan dies, and you're just like, what? What?
But come
What?
on, Dutch.
What now? Ah, no, great game. If anybody who hasn't played, if you haven't even played a Rockstar game before, ever, um, I don't see anybody if you play video games at all and you try Red Dead, there's no way you're not going to like it. If you don't like it, I don't know how you wouldn't.
And to be honest, this game probably deserves a longer format podcast to talk
Oh
about
yeah,
it. But
yeah.
I don't know. This game is just it's very, very good. Any final thoughts on Red Dead Redemption 2?
Uh, Final thoughts. Red Dead Redemption 2 is super awesome.
It is the definition of super awesome.
Yeah.
And I think that about wraps it up for this episode of the Super Awesome Podcast. Super awesome shorts.
Check out the super awesome shorts on the Super Awesome Podcast.
And
We
make sure to
can't-
follow us
Yeah.
on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and of course Spotify. 5-star reviews. Thank you very much. At Super Awesome Pod or at Super Awesome Podcast. And
Like, share, and subscribe.
yeah, like, share, and subscribe, hit that bell, whatever else everybody else says that's cool and knows what they're doing with podcasts.
And if you feel like it, make some recommendations for shorts. That would be great.
Oh yeah.